Very happy to be in this English session. I think after a gap of almost like 6 or 7 weeks since I was there last, due to several travels out of country. So I'm very happy to be here, and I will try to spend time here also. Cut off desires. Cut off desires. Even if it be with God, cut off desires. This is the famous sage Tirumular who said in one of the Tamil literature. Means you have to cut off all desires, even if the desire is with the God. And the great poet Thiruvalluvar, he wrote many couplets, 10 couplets, which talks about desires. The root cause of all evils is desire. We know that great Buddha had said. On the other hand, we all know that we cannot live without desires. I want to live, that itself is a desire. Desires motivate us to work, to enjoy life, to grow, to succeed, to have self confidence, etc. etc. In simple words, desires fuel transformation. And the great scholar Napoleon Hill, he said, desire is the starting point of all achievements. Not a hope, not a wish, but a keen, pulsating desire which can transform everything. But we saw that the sage has written cut off desire, cut off desires, looks like there is a conflict in terms of the understanding the concept about desire. We all have desires to grow, to succeed in this materialistic life. We know that we need wealth, money, name and fame, power, sensual enjoyment, and people around me to make my life comfortable or joyful or blissful. All those five things are attachments. Maharishi said these five attachments are necessary for our survival. But the same attachment can lead to inordinate desires or the desires which can bring suffering or pain to me. Only those desires are to be cut off. Even we know that it's a currently we are seeing it. Desire with the God, how people are fighting in the name of God, also we know. That is what uh, inordinate desires, the desires which can bring suffering or pain, that has to be moralized, which we all know that moralization of desire we have, we know that. Now, unless we transform ourselves, unless we change ourselves, we cannot change anything outside. In order to enjoy a blissful life, what is required is the blissful life will not come just by default. I have to create my life so that I enjoy a blissful life. In order to do that, the only condition is how far I get transformed within myself. That decides the degree of my success, not only in spiritual world, even on materialistic world. So we have to deal with the desire very, very, very carefully, because Buddha said, Thiruvalluvar said, Thirumular said, cut off desire, and another, the Valluvar had also said, the moment you detach yourself from the desire, that moment you get liberated. This is what he said. And also he told in another poem, another couplet, that if if you are attached to the attachment, the suffering will get attached to your life. So the suffering will not leave me if I attach to something. So we see both the extreme scenario. So how we can ensure we handle it very nicely. And what are we going to discuss today is the desires which can make me to create a blissful life. That desires, I have to embrace it so that I get transformed myself, so that I grow spiritually to the highest level. When I reach that level, or even on the path of reaching the highest destination, whatever we think, it starts happening it. In fact, many times, many situations, much more than what you expect, things will fall in place. That will be a big surprise to us, that we are seeing it when we are in the ladder, second step, first step, third step. That itself shows us, give us more confidence to travel in the same path, so that we get transform ourselves on the entire world is a educational institute. Every minute the nature is trying to teach us. What for? To transform myself. How can I transform on each and every person, each and every situation? If I think that situation, think that person with that perspective, the transformation is faster and quicker. Every desire will bring a result when it gets manifested. Like a thought, a desire is also like a bullet in a gun. The moment I press the gun has to, the moment I press the gun, the gun rifle, the gun leaves the bullet, the bullet leaves the gun and it reaches the destination. Maybe it could be wrong there, but it has to reach. And highly intensified thought is a desire. So every desire also, it will get manifested, if not in my life, in my kids' life. That is the power of thoughts. So the thought will manifest one day for sure. But sorry, desire will manifest one day. If the desire is manifesting, it can bring me either happiness or suffering. That depends on the nature of desire. So that is why our sages had also said, cut off desire, even if it be with God. Because too much of desire on anything can bring me suffering also. So the desire, we need to know that desire is the only thing, it fuels my transformation. It motivates us to live, it motivates us to work hard, to progress, to succeed. All that we know it. So yeah, the result of any desire can, maybe I may try to do something because I wanted to help somebody. That is my desire. But at the end of at the end, that can bring me suffering also, which also we have seen it. With a good intention, we try to help somebody, but we got fired back, and the end result is negative. So all the inordinate desires, all the desires which brings suffering to me, we have to moralize it. We should not pursue it in our life. So only the desires which can bring me happiness and bring others happiness, only those desires we have to make all the efforts to implement it and to get manifested and to achieve that result. Now, what would be the key desire which can enlighten me, which can make my spiritual path much more faster than my normal routine? Those desires we have to embrace, and we have to strictly try to put all our efforts to implement it and see the result. What can be the best desires I should have it to make my life joyable and blissful? Now, when to start towards embracing the key desires? As Mr. Surya said, we are in the beginning of a new year. So we can start from today? No, from now on, from immediately. If we can start three key desires, that's what I'm going to discuss today. Three key desires which we all should embrace it, with the aim of transforming myself, so that if inside is good, harmony, definitely the outside situation, I will attract all the positive things towards my life. So that will become more easier if my inner transformation is happening. All the problems and challenges, difficulties, what we face, all those challenges, problems are given to us for me to transform. So, with that basic idea, now let's jump into those key three desires every one of us should embrace. Before we jump to those 3 points, let's also recollect ourselves, remind ourselves some fundas, some basics about desires. What is desire? Desire is nothing but a strong feeling of a need. I feel hungry, so I need food. So that's a desire. Desire is nothing but a need. But the problem is need. I need food because I feel hungry, but I want chapati with paneer, kadai paneer gravy. That is called want. So there is a small difference between need and want, and we should be very careful in dealing with those, because if I make a mistake in differentiating these two, that desire can bring me suffering, and that has to be moralized for sure. Need, it cannot be avoided. It is highly essential for my survival. I need food, but that need not be paneer, kadai paneer and chapati or puri or parota, right? That is a want. So want is like an auxiliary or aspiration to make my life more comfortable. That is also not wrong. Normally we know that a cow, how it lived 1,000 years back, now also cow is living like that. But our life has changed a lot. Morning breakfast, I can be in Doha. Lunch, I can be at my back home in my hometown in Tirunelveli in Tamil Nadu. And dinner, I can be in Singapore also. So, so the technological development, human achievement is tremendous in all walks of life. So definitely the secondary is also important, but that is where our attention is required, our awareness is required, whether this is not essential, but will it bring me happiness or suffering? Now we all know that for our life to be blissful and to be successful in this materialistic world, we have to go after five things which Maharishi has said, right? One is material things. And I used to think myself, why Maharishi has not given this as a money? Because through money only I have to buy car, house, dress, phone, computer, everything. But he named it as material things, not money, because he hates that word money. Anyway, material things. We can consider it for our understanding as money, wealth, all those things. So, materials, I need proper food, I need proper house, I need good dress and branded shirt. If I have money, I have no problem. So, material things are required to make my life comfortable. And name and fame, we all always long for, appreciation and good name, good reputation, good credibility from others, and that makes my wants to be, achieved very easily. If I know somebody, if I am popular enough, the moment I go there, people will receive me. They will put me in a best comfortable seat in any musical event or whatever it is. So the name and fame, we all have to go after it, which is also good. Even in home, if I make coffee, and if somebody says, "Oh, coffee is so nice," I enjoy it. I like it. So name and fame in each and everything is important for us. So name and fame. And the power. We all look for power. I don't want to go to a theater to stand in a queue to buy a ticket. If I am powerful enough, I just call somebody, "Hey, get 6 tickets, be ready. I will come at 9:50 and I will go inside." I don't want to stand in the queue. So power. So we all go for power at home itself. Husband is commanding wife is commanding, "Why are you late? You said 5 o'clock you will come. You know that we have to go for a party." Commanding is there. So not only between husband and wife, even with the kids and boss over the subordinates and maid, we apply that and we enjoy it, and we always go after what I am telling you how to do it. Commanding, right? Power. So power is also important. So material things, name and fame, power, and the fourth is a sensual enjoyment. We all want to have a delicious food which is very, very, very tasty. Yesterday I took chapati, excellent. And today I am seeing a chapati which is so dry, so thick, and on the circumference side is not at all even, properly cooked, and it is like a raw. So all those things I want it. I want to make my physical body more comfortable. Even if I have to sit, six chairs are there. I will see which chair will be the best for me to sit. So I will choose that chair and sit there. So sensual enjoyment through all my senses is also we go after. And the fifth one is the people. We all look like independent, but we are not independent. We are interdependent. In one cup of food, thousands of labors are involved. So I have to depend on other people. Could be life partner, could be kids, could be neighbor, could be a boss, could be a doctor in an hospital. So we all have to live with the help of other people. So I have to have harmonious relationship with the people. Otherwise, I may not be able to enjoy even 1 minute. So to make my life comfortable, I need material things, name and fame, power, sensual enjoyment, and people. We all know that. And the great Steve Jobs, Apple, he also had all the five. Not to the extent we think. Great wealth, so many people are working. He has his own jet. So all he had all five: name, fame, power, sensual, whatever he wants, he can do it. So all five he had. But at the end of his life, he said, "I missed something in my life. There is no use of having $1,000 million in my bank account when I have a stomach pain." So he missed something. So this is where Maharishi comes into picture. To live a blissful life, success in materialistic life alone is not enough. The spiritual success, materialistic success, it has to be equal. This is what Maharishi says. If Steve Jobs is highly successful in materialistic world with 80%, he has 80% wealth, means 80% successful, for example. And if he is only successful in the spiritual growth, inner field, spiritual growth is not outside, not going to a temple. I am, how I got transformed inside, my inner world. Materialistic is outside world. So if my inner transformation, the spiritual growth, if it is only 20%, materialistic is 80%, spiritual is only 20%, then the balance, the remaining 60% of wealth, 60% of power, people, they will not give happiness to me. There will be a suffering out of that 60% of that, whatever possessions I had. This is what Maharishi says. So if I am successful 50% in materialistic, I have to have in success, I have to be successful in the spiritual world also 50%. If not, this is not going to be give me peace, that will bring me suffering. This is the fundamental concept we need to understand. Unfortunately, all the society, college, schools, and everything they taught us how to make all these five: money, power, name, fame, everything. Unfortunately, this inner transformation, spiritual growth, that is where we are lacking it. That is what a lot of spiritual organization, including our organization, they try to fill that gap. Now today, unless I have desire, I am not motivated to grow spiritually. I am not motivated to transform myself. So the desire is the fundamental thing. We always want to be happy. That is why, in fact, before we start the session, my sheikh, owner of the company, he tried it twice. He called, and Mr. Surya was just introducing my name, and I saw twice he is called. The moment we see a number, why this person is calling at this moment? Oh, I'm not going to be happy. I will not take the call. I will take later. So strong desire is there to live happily. Because of that desire, we do something, we avoid something. Similarly, if I have to grow spiritually, if I have to grow in my inner world, I should have a desire, strong desire. Those are the three desires which we will now start discussing about, that three desires. The first desire, I just, for an understanding purpose, I just compare those three desires as primary school, from KG 1 to 5th standard. Nowadays one school has all, but when I was young and all that, I was in a primary school, government primary school, only from first, there is no KG, nothing. So first standard and to the 5th standard primary school. When I was young, um uh, even there is no birth certificate. Actually, I was born at home, so no birth certificate, right? Only when I wrote the 10th exam, they started collecting all the data, and then there is a date of birth is there in the 10th certificate. Until then, nothing is there, right? So to get admitted into a primary school, only one test is there. If I can touch my tip of the tongue to this nose, I can be admitted. This is what the school kept as a test. Whether this fellow is a 5 year completed or not, no, I need to touch it. Now, obviously, I was 4 years, but I could touch it. So I got admitted into the school in the first standard. So the primary school is from first standard to fifth standard. Then I moved to a secondary school, seventh standard to 10th standard. Then I had to go out of my village, where a city 20 kilometers away, where higher secondary school and plus one, plus two I did there. So, like this, unless I pass primary school, I can't go to secondary school. Unless I pass secondary, I can't go to higher secondary. Similarly, three desires, which we are going to discuss now. The first desire is as compared to a primary school, very fundamentals, right? Like alphabets, multiplication, numbers, all those basic things are there in the primary school. Once I cross it, then I can go to the secondary school, and then I go to the higher secondary school. If I complete all the three schools, higher secondary school, normally we say as a college, there, whatever you think, it will happen. It has to happen. And what is not possible to happen, you will not think also. So you will have a blissful life, because you will not have anything which is lacking, which is missing in your life. You won't feel anything is missing. Everything will be 100% better than what you think, what you expect. That is our ultimate purpose of achieving the purpose of birth. It's called a self realization or liberation from pain and pleasure, all those things. So that is a college. So college life is you just have a blissful life. So in order to go to college, I have to cross primary, secondary, and tertiary. Now let's talk about the primary school. What is that desire I should embrace to pass the primary school, the fundamental education, right? So we have already discussed, if I have to have comfortable life, I have to go after material things, name and fame, power, sensual enjoyment, and harmonious means people around me. These five things are important. Without that, if somebody is telling, no, you have to do meditation, you have to do yoga, but he has no money to buy a food, he can never grow spiritually. So, even in order to grow spiritually, there are fundamental needs which are very, very important. And then once I have enough money, now I will go after the food I like it, the way I like it. I will go after it. Nothing wrong in it. So, here is the primary desire. Primary desire is to make my life comfortable. I should have attachment with these five things. Otherwise, I will not go after money, I will not go after power, I will not go after sensual enjoyment. Maharishi says you have to enjoy the life through senses. He says you visit every place. There should not be any restriction in visiting any country, there should not be any border. This is his great plan anyway. So sensual enjoyment also we should go after it. So the primary desire is five attachments with a condition. It should not be like too much attachment, because the mind is a biomagnetic wave. Now we all have come to Qatar, maybe most of us, okay, we came to Qatar thinking that over 5 years we will be there, we can work there and earn some money and then go back to our home country. But I myself completed 27 years now. So, what is happening here? The moment we start achieving something, enjoying something, it could be in terms of material, comfortable car, comfortable house, secured place, right? So, or name and fame, and power, and sensual enjoyment. My God, everywhere AC is there, very, very comfortable life here. And people are so good compared to our place. Even I actually, when my wife was not here, my sister's son was here, and my kids were there. We all three went out for some restaurant for lunch on a Friday. It happened really. Not now, 18 years back. My kids were young, right? And I told to my sister's son, who was working here actually. So I told him, Santosh, you just close the door and come. I will take the car out and I will bring to the entrance so that people just get into the car. And those three kids, my kids and my they forgot to lock the door. The door was really open. At 3:30 we came after lunch. The door was open. I was wondering how the door is open. And I know that my house key is with my uh, co-brother. So he was also, at that time he was living in Doha. So whether he came here or not, no, how it is possible? I went there, nobody was there. Then we found that yes, we kept the door open. We didn't. Here it is so safe. So nothing happened here. But in our place it is. So we came here. We the moment we start enjoying those five things, the mind will go after, will get attached to it, and that becomes too much attachment. Now, if that is why the kids who are grown up here, they don't want to settle in India, most of them. Why? The same comfort, the same security, the same safety, the same kind of people, not possible there. So they don't want to go. That is the too much of attachment is also very, very bad. So that is going to cause suffering. I like chapati with kadai paneer, excellent. But if kadai paneer is not good on that day or it is not available, if I get upset, I have too much attachment. And I can earn as much money as I like, not 20 years, even 30 years is okay. But the moment I have attachment with the money, what I'm making here, there is a problem. That is the desire. Desire should be there with a detached attachment on those five things. Detached attachment means if things are not as I expect in terms of money, in terms of name and fame, in terms of power, enjoyment, or people, I should not get upset for it. Then I am not in the too much of attachment. My desire is there, but with a degree of detached attachment when required. I have to deal with the money, but on a duty basis. I have to deal with all the my matching dress, no problem. As a duty, I have to deal with it, not after it. If I can't live without it, I am in a serious problem. So that should be the desire. Desire to go after these five things with detached attachment. That is the number one desire I should have it. Second desire is whatever problems in front of me I have today, first I have to fix it. All these problems, I need to fix it. I have been telling my wife to do the exercise. She is not doing it for 10 years. And the son is always on the mobile. So there are so many problems around us. All these problems, I need to fix it on top priority. So the desire on these five things, desire to solve the current problems, this is the primary level. Why I have to fix the problems around me? If I don't fix it, I can't go after this. Even I can't go for work. If I don't have a peace, I can't do this service also, right? Because at home nothing is good. So these two are required. Now one more thinking is required here. Why I have all these problems right now? Somebody was complaining me, I changed so far 12 jobs in 18 years. All the jobs, my boss is a stupid fellow. He doesn't know anything. Always I have a fight with him. All the time he is getting, any company he goes, even the boss is good. The moment he joins it, he will leave it. Somebody else will come. He faces a problem. Now, just why this problem comes to him? Because he has to change his attitude. He has to transform within certain parameters, certain dimension. Unless he change it, problems will keep continuing it. That is why we see it. If a wife complains, my husband is smoking for 18 years and he is not listening, he immediately tells her, don't talk to me about that. Don't control me. Don't think, don't expect it. With anything else, I will do it. But don't talk about this. Why? 18 years? Because the problem is continuing. The transformation is not required for that gentleman. The transformation is required for his wife who is complaining that he has been smoking for 18 years. So The problems what I face today, all are the objective of all those challenges and problems are for me to transform. The opportunities are given to me every minute in this world by problems, by challenges. Every problem is not to destroy me. Every problem is to mold me. Every problem is to strengthen me. Every problem is an opportunity to transform in my inner world so that not only I solve the problem, whatever I think it will happen it. So the primary school, three things I told. One, you have to go after five, but you should have detached attachment. Without that, this attachment is bad. Have attachment, but take it, go after detachment when required, when things are not as you expect, because the result is not in my control. I have 100% control on what I do, but I have no control on what has to be the effect of my action. I have no control. So forget about it, right? So attachment, but with the detachment, detached attachment. Two, I have to face a current problems what I face today. Three, why the problem exists, I have to transform. I have to find why this problem is there, what I need to change inside, in my character, in my action, either character or action. Only these two ways I have to change. So the primary school, if I have to pass the primary school, for example, in fact I had a tenant at back home. It was a small wedding hall, and some is a big pharmaceutical distributor for the entire district. He hired that hall and he keeps a lot of medical medicines, right? He was there for almost like 6 years. All of a sudden he stopped giving rent, and my father waited. 3 months gone, 4 months gone, the advance money is compensated, and another 3 months, neither he is paying the rent and nor he is vacating also. And my father tried all his ways. So finally he told me one day, Muthu, this is the problem. Now I waited for almost 1 year, and 6 months that advance is gone now. Now 6 months he has not paying. Now what I am told, there is one person, like uh, some political power person, and if you tell him, he will send three guys, he will vacate in 24 hours, and we have to pay some 20,000 rupees to that fellow. Should I do it? I said no. Don't do it. Why I don't want to do it? That rental income is not essential for my survival. It is not a need. It is only a my want. It is only a secondary aspiration. Without that, I am not going to die, or my parents are not. No, not at all. So it's a additional thing. I have no attachment to that. No problem. Even if he doesn't give rent for 1 year, Daddy, please just wait. Let's give some time, some more time. And do you know why it happened? I asked him. Then he told his father died. The son took in charge. He doesn't know how the business is to run. So he is going through some serious problems, and maybe it is not his intention not to pay the rent, but it is his business situation which he is not able to manage it. So I said no. At that time also, my father in fact told me, because my father is also a sky master here. So he told, certain things we have to do this method, otherwise you won't work as you think. I said no, it will work. And then he told me, Muthu, why don't you bless that owner? And in fact, I have not seen him at all in the 6 years. Only my father is managing all it. So he told his name and sent the photograph. You bless him. And he vacated in, after that, he vacated in 3 months' time. He himself vacated. We never used anybody. But the surprising fact is, I never blessed him also. Now, I may bless him if I have the attachment. Now, for me, no problems. Let me cool. Okay, monthly some 20,000 rupees he is not paying it. No problems. What I am losing it. In fact, the guy is not purposely doing it. He is in a problem, right? So if I have the attachment, I will try to solve that problem in a wrong way. But I can try to solve the problem in a positive manner. Of course, it is my right. I have to do it. It is my property. I should get the rent. Absolutely no doubt in that. But too much attachment is a problem. So the tenant is torturing. I have a knee pain for 4 years. or I have diabetes for 7 years. You take any problems, all that we need to solve that problem on top priority. For that, I have to transform myself. What I need to change? In that particular tenant case, patience, and just even I didn't bless at all. Acceptance. In fact, the moment what is happening around us is happening everything in a perfect order. Nature is doing flawlessly. The moment I accept it, now I become close with the God. And even I never blessed him, and the problem gets solved. It's really a surprise to me. So, why it happens? We are not fighting with the God. We are in the same party where God is doing something, right? If I am opponent of this football game A and B, I am opposing. And who is going to win? God is giving me a punishment because of my karma not to give the rent for 1 year. This is his plan. Now, I don't know even 1 year or 2 years, right? But it is not happening. Should I fight with him? Or should I go join the same team and then try to get the rent? The second one is very important. That is where inner transformation is required. I have to change myself. Unless I change, problem will happen, will continue to exist. And I kept saying this in many of my lecture. Not only that tenant issue, many issues. All those things get resolved immediately the moment I change, including my wife was not doing exercise for 11 years. When I stopped telling do exercise, in 4 years she became master. So things will fall in place the moment I have a desire to transform myself inside when I face a problem. That is what the primary school tests, right? So, detached attachment and inner transformation to solve the current problems. This is the primary school. Now, here is a small, I always hear people saying, Sir, I am not after name and fame. I am not after power. I am not after sensual pleasure. You give chapati or give puri, I have no problem. So we have some misconceptions about this attachment. That is why the problem is also coming to us. So let me go inside each one of those five attachments. What exactly we have to look for, whether what is the status today as of now, whether I am eligible to pass the primary school or not, do I apply detached attachment or not, in all those five things. That is what I just want to share a couple of examples about that, right? Now, I always go after money. I always want, and the moment I see a car, wow, nice car. Already I have a car, but this car is superb. I have to buy that car. Or I want more this phone, that phone, computer, this. Always I look for more and more and more material things. Maharishi has written in a poem, higher the number of material things you use it, your health will go down accordingly, proportionately. That is why all these sages, even Maharishi goes outside his home for classes. He doesn't sleep on the hotel bed. He brings, like you take a dhoti, right? And just lay on the floor, sleep on it. Maybe one chapel, one towel, two or three dresses, very simple life. And they use only those objects. Nowadays, I visited I had to stay in Chennai, one of my friends' place, and they have been forcing me to stay for more than 15 years. So I had an opportunity some 3 years back. So I stayed there for 2 days, and when I went to the bathroom, I was shocked. I could see that hundreds of objects are there in the bathroom, which is used by somebody there. Okay, and they have no kids, only two people, husband and wife. So maybe one of them they use 100 material things or some like shampoo. I don't know, even to face something. I don't know. Anyway, means it was full of goods there, and now it spoils us. So when I go after material and materials, always my thinking, my energy, my consciousness, my time are spent on it, I have too much attachment. No problems, enough. So, but if I have good one, better one, I will use it. Even if it is not there, I am fine with it. My happiness is not depending on those material things. If I achieve it, I am pass in the primary school. If not, I am in a big problem. And in fact, this happened to me. Not now. Uh, my sister's marriage got my sister's daughter marriage 1.5 years back. So my wife went 1 month before I went. Okay, because she was helping my sister to distribute the wedding invitation and the things like that. So she and my sister and my brother's wife, they all three went and distributed some wedding invitation to 10 12 houses. They came home and they returned home at 8:30 in the night. And no, I think 7:30 in the night. And she called from there, and she said that last 1 hour I am searching for this earring, which is a diamond, and one of the earring is lost. And she searched completely the bed for bed everywhere and things like that. And in fact, in that 1 hour, she called a couple of houses where he gave the last invitation. You can't ask directly because they should not think that it's wrong. So she was very careful in talking to them, and they said no. She went down to see the car inside, no, nothing there. And then only she called me to tell that it is missing. I don't know where I lost. Completely thoroughly I checked my home. I am so upset. I said, did you take your dinner? She said, no. Hold on. First, forget about that diamond ring. Just 50 meter, we have a good restaurant on the main road. So we are just backside of that road. So go there and take my brother. You both go there. Sorry, brother's daughter is there. So go there, have dinner, and come back. Forget about this diamond ring. We will discuss about diamond ring tomorrow morning 7 o'clock, not today. So and go to bed. Forget it. I have no problem. Don't worry about it. Don't feel guilty yet. If it is earned, good, it will come. If it is not, also it is going to be useful to somebody, so don't worry about it. So I just said that, and then she went there and came back and slept. I'm sure it might not have slept 100% peaceful for sure. Next day morning, 6 o'clock, and she wanted to know what I'm going to discuss. I said, tomorrow morning we will discuss, right? So I said, then she called me the next day morning. She said, yes, what to do? I searched everywhere. No, no, just simply forget it. Just think what you are going to do, where you are going to give the thing, and you go as usual. But make sure why it is lost. Don't do that mistake again. Maybe something is loose or whatever it is. So forget about the diamond ring. That is what I want to tell you. So no worries. Carry on. Okay, she got ready, and at that time she took the handbag. She found it in the handbag, but it was hanging on the outside ring. She checked inside, but it was from, while wearing the sari, I don't know, but she found it, and she was so happy to tell it. Now, what I am saying is, so somebody says I lost my diamond ring. My wife is telling, if I am getting upset for it, I am too much attached. So the material things, detach it when something goes wrong. If I don't transform myself, I am not going to have a blissful life. That's number one. And number two, the sensual enjoyment. I invited some 10 people, and my wife made 10, 15 variety of food. She made it. Suppose I made one lemon rice, for example, and if nobody said about lemon rice, hey, it is good, who made it? You made it, nice. If I am going to get upset for no one appreciating me, I have attachment to my name and fame, right? Name and fame means I long for appreciation. I long for people's positive feedback on anything I do. That is also a name and fame. And if somebody is complaining, what lemon rice, who made this, my god, lemon, oh, you should not crush the lemon, that skin also, that will give a bitter taste, you should take. Yes, if somebody is advising and somebody is telling that you don't know how to make, why you enter into that kitchen area? You should stop your work with respect to your office. Why you? If I am going to get upset for it, I get too much attachment to my name and fame. So somebody is complaining about, my boss is shouting in front of two guys, I feel very bad for it for 24 hours. Too much attachment to my name and fame. So, name and fame, that is also very, very bad. Third is sensual enjoyment. Now, wife made 10 dishes and I'm not happy because curd rice is not there for the dinner. If I'm not happy with just because curd rice is not there, 9 dishes are there, I get too much attachment to my tongue. Sensual enjoyment. Matching, this is missing, I have a problem. Slide some dirt at come when I before I enter into the wedding hall for a party after buying a brand new shirt from some bird, put that waste and it got here. If I am going to get upset or if I am going to think should I go inside or should I change the dress, I get attached to my name and fame, sensual enjoyment, all things are there. So sensual enjoyment and the power. So power is how many times I command, I dictate, either in office or at home. Or if somebody is commanding me, I get upset. Then also power is a problem. So there, I don't have a detached attachment. And then the people, wife is telling to a husband, please come for dinner. Dinner is ready. Dinner is ready. And she tells 4 times. Fourth time, he raised his voice. I thought you don't have consciousness. Now don't you have eyes also? I'm doing an important work in my laptop and you are shouting like a dog. Sorry, you are shouting. Now the wife says from there, from the kitchen, okay, why are you shouting like barking like a dog? Why can't you tell calmly? Now she got her voice is also raised. Just one simple conversation. And now both are showing their not only commanding the attachment on the commanding, control over others, and also name and fame because nobody wants to get find fault with others. And the third is the sensual enjoyment because the food I am serving now, you have to eat now. So that attachment is there. And the worst part is the people. For example, if her father is there and she is calling her father, come for dinner, and father is busy in the laptop, will she raise the same voice? Never. Daddy, should I stop it? I will make it after some time. I think you are so busy somewhere, so I will make it like that. So here is the problem. So the moment I am not detaching myself when things are not as per my expectation, I lose my peace. I am in tensed mode. My frequency goes up. Now I am trying to do a sinful activity because I keep shouting. She keeps shouting. And the whole house is filled with the negativity. Now my ambition to reach the highest stage is not going to happen. So I fail in my primary school because I am not able to apply detached attachment when things are not as per my expectation. Suppose if he follows detached attachment, now that fellow will tell to his wife, hey, what you said just now? Because he said, why are you barking like a dog? You tell quietly that I am busy at work. With that, she said, if he is in a peaceful state, he will tell his wife, hey, what you said, what you said. She will start thinking, what I said? Oh, I said like a dog. Now he will tell if his mind is applying detached attachment, my dear, when you shouted also, your face looks so beautiful, like a beautiful actress, Sridevi. See, there is a small hole coming here. What a nice face when you are angry also. Now the whole situation is changed only because he got detached and his mind is peaceful and he knows what to do to make a horrible situation to a heavenly situation, harmonious situation. Mind will work in a positive manner. So the detached attachment is required on these 5 things. If I don't do it, I will fail in my primary school. Next is secondary school. Now, the secondary school, the desire to prevent from new sufferings. I don't want new problems in my life. Or even if problem comes, I should be able to overcome it quickly in 2 minutes or in 2 days, not for years. Husband is smoking for 18 years and he is not, wife is not doing exercise for 11 years. No, 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 no. Should problem will come, but I should fix it at earliest. I don't want serious problem in my life. I don't want tragedies, disasters in my life. It should be very, 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 let problem come, but I should be able to overcome it quickly. That is a second desire we should embrace to overcome any problems, to avoid future serious problems. That is the first one. And the second one, also I should have a desire to reduce the effect of past karma. Okay, I have done some mistake before I come to Vedatriyam. I realized after, I think, 7 years of my married life, I understood how the family peace is important, how we should react within a family. Then I felt, no, did myself like this, that how many sins I have done to my wife in the 6 years. I have to go through the suffering in my life for sure. Then it took another 4 years to implement it slowly, 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 slowly. So all that is a problem. So how can I reduce the severity of my past negative karma? How can I do it? That should be my secondary school desire. If I have that desire, then I will avoid serious future problems, or if it comes, I will overcome. Two, I will also minimize the effect of the past karma, negative karma, right? So what should I do for it? The best thing to, to minimize the past karma, we know that there are three techniques Maharishi has given, and Agna purifies Ahamya karma, Turiyam purifies Prarabdha karma, Turiyadid meditation purifies Sanjida, all that are there. But the most powerful, the most fast technique is should be this desire. What is this desire? We should not give pain, take pain. That's all. Don't give pain, don't take pain. Why? If I give pain or if I take pain, I am adding a negative karma here. That negative karma is going to add another fire to the current problem or future problems. And so, both the ways, the old karma effect also will get more, and the new karma is now added. So, future problems are increasing. So, in order to come out of it, let me not add any new karma now on. That is a first fold moral principle. We have to follow it. This will get superimposed on the past negative karma, and also this will attract positive things because I am not giving pain, so nobody will give pain to me. If I give pain, I will get pain. If I don't give pain, nobody is going to give me pain. My life is going to be superb. So let me not add pain to anybody, including myself. That should be the secondary karma. I have to follow the morality, the principle of morality in my thoughts, in my words, and in my actions. If I can do it, whatever problems, challenges, painful situations, or diseases, or anything, all that will slowly will get more and more positive, more and more, will bring joyful situation. Negativity will keep on going. So I have to transform here also to make sure, let me be in awareness state so that I don't give pain, I don't take pain. Both are bad for my life. So how can I make sure I have to, I don't give pain, I don't take pain? So think for a minute while brushing the teeth in the morning, yesterday morning to night, how many times I was upset, and how long I was upset, and how many times I made others upset, and how long they were upset. That is the severity of the pain. So these four things, if I can ask it, and take an auto suggestion, oh, no, 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 let me not do it, let me not do it, let me be careful when tomorrow with the same person, for the same reason or any other reason, let me not follow it. I have a strong desire not to inflict pain to anybody, including myself. I will not take pain, I will not give pain. As simple as that. So if I can embrace this desire, I passed secondary school. For that, I have to practice. When things are not as you expect, be at Agna or be at Turiyam, or expand your mind beyond the body level to the universal field. Expand your mind. Then the things which are happening in this materialistic world will look very small, silly, a simple matter, not a big issue. Why I should waste my time and energy to fix this problem? Let her tell like that. Let her tell that why are you barking like a dog? No problem. Let her tell what I am losing it. If I expand your mind, then only I can detach it. Or be at Agna, you take Agamya karma in your control. And also the people around me, whoever is associated in my life, they will have negativity, because then only my karma will go off. They are helping to remove my karma. So fill up the positivities of those people in associated with you, so that the moment they give pain, I think all their positivities, this becomes negligible. So, to apply that principle of not giving pain, I have to be at Agna or Turiyam or expand your mind beyond body level, or not, or all can be practiced. Fill up all the positive qualities of that person to whom we are having this problem. That is desire to higher secondary school, which is the ultimate desire one can have to embrace, which is achieve divine qualities, to have divine qualities. That is called self realization or divine realization. Everyone, everything is nothing but the manifestation of God. I see bangles, I see rings, I see earrings, I see necklace, everything is made of God. Similarly, I have AC, I have a fan, I have a bulb, but everything is run by electricity. The electricity which goes to a bulb, it can give only light. I can't expect why are you not giving a cool air. I'm sorry, it is designed for it. So my wife is designed to tell like that. When I say, when I'm not going for dinner, when she calls 3 times, come for dinner, dinner is ready. No, that machine is made up of for that to tell at that time because of my karma. So that is what the divine realization. And if I realize everyone as a manifestation of God, I will not give pain at all. In fact, the secondfold moral principle will come into my thought. How can I remove the pain of others? Why is he shouting? What is the pain she has? What is the degree of pain she has? How can I help her to get out of that pain for her when my wife is shouting? So now secondfold moral principle is a compassion that comes in when I realize everyone is a manifestation of God. That is a higher secondary level. The moment I cross this higher secondary level, I become close with the divinity. Now divinity can do anything, divinity knows everything, and divinity is everywhere. How my problem, how my life is going to be? Those who realize the presence of divinity in everything, he doesn't leave divinity, divinity doesn't leave him also, always there, and it starts manifesting through himself, and that is the real purpose of our birth. Now whatever I think, it is going to happen. That's all. So three designs we discussed. One is a primary school. Five things are very important: material things, name and fame, power, sensual enjoyment, and people. All those five, I should follow detached attachment when things are not as I expected. Number one, the moment, and also my desire to solve the current problem with the transformation. It's a primary school. And the secondary school is in order to avoid new problems and reduce the negative effect of past karma. Don't give pain, don't take pain. That is the first fold moral principle. For that, be at Agna or Turiyam or expand your mind, or and fill up your mind with the positive qualities of the people associated in your life. That's the secondary school. And the higher secondary school is everyone is a manifestation of God. Just think, how can I help him? Whether it is a maid, or it is a boss, or it is a neighbor, or my life partner, or my brother, whoever it is, how can I help him? This thought alone, nature will provide me resources, will provide me necessary strength to do that part. That is a quality of divinity. This is there in nature. Even if you see a tree which has only first sense, plant, the tree doesn't see the person who is standing under me is a sage or a killer. It doesn't care. Its duty is to give a shadow to the sunlight, and also gives good air, and it is doing it. It is doing its duty. So the moment we pass the secondary school, the higher secondary school, the moment I realize the divinity, my job is to do my duty. At the same time, how can I help others? By making sure I help others, I do my duty. That is the test for the higher secondary school. If we can do that, at the end, whatever I think, it will happen. And that should be our goal for the purpose of our life. And in 2026, these three desires, whatever level we are, we can apply all the three together. We don't need to pass primary to go to secondary, but primary is the very basic. So maybe depending upon where I stand, let me fix some target as a new year resolution to achieve this by year end, December 31st, 2026. 100% I pass primary school, maybe 80% secondary school, or 50% per secondary school, or 10% doesn't matter. But let's fix the goal clearly and let's implement it as per our plan. I'm sure we will be able to do it. So, with this, I conclude today's lecture. Thank you so much for the listening. Thank you.
Be blessed by the divine. Be blessed by the divine. Be blessed by the divine. Thank you, Professor Muthu sir, for this motivating and really inspiring, thought-provoking talk at the beginning of the year to start. Many people have their thoughts for having their desires on